Hi, this is Ilma from Ilma Art Studio and Press, and would like to invite you to check my website at ilmaarts.com and check my videos on Ilma Art Studio or ILMA BARAYUGA-DOHERTY. And here is my very first book that I self-published on blurb.com. So if you want to really take a look at the book at blurb.com, just go to blurb.com's bookstore and type My Love Affair with Orangeville. So I'm just gonna make it, there it is, My Love Affair with Orangeville. And my subtitle is How Orangeville Seized My Heart. And that picture is taken in Island Lake. It's a self-portrait that I did a photo shoot on, and I was trying to study lighting with myself. It's kind of hard to do that, be the model of your own photography, but one day I'll write a book about how to take your own photographs like a pro. And that's the front page, and here is the back page, which is which shows you a very nice wood or a forest background, which is on outskirts of Orangeville. And I'd like to read to you the back, which is an excerpt from the poem that I wrote, because this is a photopoetic journal of my hometown. So, can I read to you the poem entitled Romanced by Orangeville? What else could have been more romantic than to behold this town in full moon and so dramatic? I met Orangeville at the end of summer and start of autumn. How can I resist this beautiful town in colors and full bloom? Enchanted by its country settings and festivals, I knew I will never find any other place as a rival. Each time I go to see other places and come home, I fall in love with the heart of the hills more and more. I'd like to present to you this love of mine. In this book you will be amazed and find stunning landscapes, architectural, people and festivals. Orangeville will surely captivate your senses upon your arrival. And I'll just walk you through the book. It's not really a long book, it's 140 pages, but it's short because I'm just showing you my photographs. So here is the front page, which shows you my love affair with Orangeville, how Orangeville sees my heart. But this is a photograph of a self-portrait that I took in one of the nice Mill Creek trails in Orangeville. So that's me there, dating the Mill Creek Trail. So, and here is my second page and my third page, my table of contents. And I'm just going to go through, brush through it. And then acknowledgement, I'd like to read to you my acknowledgement. I dedicate this book to my Lord Jesus, who healed and transformed me in this town. To my husband Dan, who loves this town deeply. To my son IR, who convinced me to stay here when things were rough. To my granddaughter Beatrice, who was born here and brings me joy. To my in-laws Shirley and Bruce, who support and believe in my creativity. To my parents Deli and Mar, for bringing me in this world. To Mr. David Tilson, Member of Parliament of Dufferin and Caledon, for endorsing this book. And to Mary Rose, Councillor of Orangeville, for supporting my pursuits. And here is the foreword, which is another poetry where I took the excerpt from, or I read earlier. Romanced by Orangeville. I migrated to the town of Orangeville from the city of Manila, from urban living in the Philippines to country setting in Canada. From two opposite sides of the world, I had to adjust to this side of the globe. From a city with 11 million residents to a town that has 30,000 inhabitants. From a city with warm atmosphere and occasional monsoons to a town where weather changes to 4 varying seasons. From teaching an average of 500 students daily to working alone in my own studio regularly. It was complicated to experience all these challenges, but Orangeville inspired me to face these challenges. What else could have been more romantic than to behold this town in full moon and so dramatic? I met Orangeville at the end of summer and start of autumn. How can I resist this beautiful town in colors and full bloom? Enchanted by its country settings and festivals, I knew I will never find any other place as a rival. Each time I go to see other places and come home, I fall in love with the heart of the hills more and more. I'd like to present to you this love of mine. In this book, you will be amazed and find stunning landscapes, architectures, people, and festivals. Orangeville will surely captivate your senses upon your arrival. And so, that is about me, about the author. I don't know if I should read that to you. And, okay, maybe I should read it to you because this is about the entire book. So, the author, ILMA BARAYUGA-DOHERTY, which is me, is an artist par excellence in the realms of visual, theater, literary, musical, and terrarium arts. She has taught speech, drama, painting, and photography to over 5,000 students during her 15 years in the academe. ILMA is acclaimed as a global multimedia artist by ABS-CBN International Television. Prior to her visual arts career, she was a professional stage actress and stage manager for the Cultural Center of the Philippines, where Shakespearean, European, English, American, and Filipino plays were produced. She was involved in over 150 productions during her theater career, both as a stage manager and as an actress. ILMA is a self-taught painter and photographer and boasts of 14 solo exhibitions to her credit up to this book's publication. Her prolificacy in the visual arts is astounding. She has sold over 400 artwork and photographs since 1991. She likes to paint and draw landscapes and architectural facades and loves to shoot nature, architecture, sports, weddings, children, and family portraits. Her photojournalistic approach to photography with an emphasis on shooting subjects in motion is remarkable. Her writing career as a poet began in the early 90s. She started writing daily poetry devotional since the beginning of 2012 and is currently finishing her poem devotional book. She has started a video blog since November 2013 on YouTube performing her poem devotionals. Ilma's love for plants and landscapes motivated her to explore the art of terrariums. She has over 50 terrariums showcased in her studio alongside 100 paintings and photographs hanging at her studio walls. Ilma plays the guitar, piano, dances, hula hoops, hikes, bikes, and enjoys nature immensely. She is also a passionate homemaker who loves to cook, bake, and entertain in her home studio. She is a computer savvy and has built and designed her own website. Ilma's creative pursuits are fired up by her passion for God and nature. Living life to the fullest and inspiring others make Ilma's life worth living. Sharing her art and gifts is her way of making a difference in the visual arts. Sharing her art and gifts is her way of making a difference in other people's lives. She has raised her one and only son, IR, who turned out to be a violin child prodigy at age 7 and has dabbled in the visual arts himself. They have both been acclaimed as gifted Filipino mother and son artists after doing 10 mother and son exhibitions since 1996. Their shows inspired parents and children to do creative things together. They showcase their musical, theater, and visual arts in keeping with their vision to bring families to do things together. They have been featured over 50 newspaper articles and magazines in the Philippines before they moved to Canada. And for the Facebook and YouTube, check ILMA BARAYUGA-DOHERTY or ILMA Art Studio. And website is ilmaarts.com. Email is ilma.arts.studio@gmail.com. And the studio address is 185 Diane Drive, Orangeville, Ontario, Canada. So, can I just take some sip? Because I'm kind of thirsty. I'll get back to you. Alright, I'm back. So here is about Orangeville. I don't think I need to read that to you because I'm going to show you all the pictures anyway. So here is the book of me and Orangeville while I date Orangeville. That is ILMA dating Island Lake. ILMA, a green date at the Millcroft Inn. And here is Fun Reflections by the Mona Cliff. And here is another hiking along Mona Cliff as well during the fall. And I'm playing Fun with Clay there at Cheltenham Badlands. And that is outskirts of Orangeville Bay. It's by the Georgian Bay. So I'm doing my walk by the bay. And here is the introduction, which is actually a whole poem of 9 stanzas, which I will read to you because I broke each stanza into one chapter. So we'll go back to that later. So the title of the poem is Falling in Love with Orangeville. And here is the very first verse of the poem. Love at First Sight, Chapter 1. I laid eyes on you one summer night of 2005. The moon shone and your curves were so defined. As I enter Highway 10, my eyes caught a glimpse of housescapes. When I passed through Broadway, I felt so welcomed and safe. So there are the pictures that will depict that chapter. So that's a nice farm by Orangeville. This is kind of hard to do. And here, why don't I just put it on here? It's probably easier this way. Oh, it's too low. No, so that's, I'm just gonna do it this way. And that's so you can see the book. We can actually see it better when you go to the blurb.com bookstore, because you can actually see it on the screen. And then I caught the mist on one of the hotels by the Orangeville on the highway. And that is Broadway, which I was talking about in the poem. And that is the Dufferin County Courthouse, and that is the Town Hall of Orangeville. Now, let me just go to the next page. Some more scenes in Orangeville. These are all my photographs. And I'm just going to go breeze through it. Chapter 2 is entitled Irresistible Beauty. I was amazed by the clean air and space that hovered around you. A relief from pollution and noise that I've been used to. I find solace knowing that smiles are shared amidst townfolks. Greetings and conversations transpire between young and old. And so that is a very nice sunset by one of the gravel pits in Orangeville. There's more highway view. So there's 2 more. This one is really nice. I like that. Cloudscape with the birds right on there on top of the wires. And that's one of the nice mansion by the road, but I put another dilapidated, it's a house right on top, and there's another farms here and another landscape, a farm landscape too. So I usually took these pictures while I'm in the car. My husband is driving, and that is Broadway, one of the nice 1800 building there. And there's activities going on in Orangeville, and that's one of the car shows. And so that is actually me with my friend Kelly, who is also a painter like me. And that is our Batman, who actually is always there when there's an occasion in Orangeville. So he was being interviewed here. Now there's more people, and that's a train station there, and that's a hooping activity, and that's the town hall. So chapter 3, full of life. Your events and festivals are breathtaking and engaging. It keeps everyone involved, which shows community sharing. I will never forget those times I spend in your libraries, the days I walk in the Mill Creek Trail to the bus stop daily. So that's the town hall when there was a Founders Day. And now there's the Blues and Jazz Festival with the car show and more of that. And that is actually my son performing live with his violin. And these are some of the artists during the Blues and Jazz Festival. And that is a maple syrup festival there, where you get to ride those nice horse sleighs. And here is the pumpkin festival. And these are all in Orangeville. And that is the Santa Claus parade. We don't know if you can see Santa Claus down below there. And then here is a derby, a car derby in Orangeville. And that is a nice winter night in Orangeville on the street. And this is taken during the first night of this year, 2014. You can ride those horse rides. And then we have here a park that is Christmas in the Park, where you'll see lots of light shows. Then we have here, as I was mentioning a while ago, the Mill Creek Trail Pond. You see the photographs there. That's how beautiful it is. And chapter 4, it says, wow factor. When I bike through your park trails and streets, I ogle at your architecture and find them such a treat. It took a while to get used to the quiet lifestyle you offer. I was so used to all kinds of pollution, and I'm glad that it's over. So that is beautiful Mill Creek Trail in the autumn. And that is a highway shot, and that's the Island Lake. And these are the beautiful architecture that you will find in Orangeville. You know, it's such a treat to see these houses. See those houses? Isn't that neat? And that's the house of one of my friends, so it's really pretty. And these are beautiful houses in Orangeville and area. And that is a very historical house. I can't remember, but I know one of the royalties stayed in that house when they went to Orangeville in the 1800s. This is one of the nice townhouses near my street. And that is the Dufferin County Museum. And there below that you will see the nice landscapes from that museum area. And this is a Millcroft Inn where I got married, which is a very nice restaurant and a vintage hotel as well. So chapter 5, Swept Away. Your landscapes, cloudscapes, and hills are so amazing. As I gaze and feast on them, my heart keeps pounding. No wonder most artists are inspired and captivated. Your beauty got them all enchanted and fascinated. And here is the beautiful Island Lake. Isn't that amazing? more of the fall colors. I think we had the best fall colors 2 years ago, and I was able to capture that. Had some friends come by, and that's the Alton Mill, where you will see there's a sculpture of an elephant right outside the center. And look at the blue skies in the winter. This one is a winter scene, but this one is a sunny day on a on a summer day. But look at the clouds, platoon of clouds against windmills or turbines. See, this is a barn, nice barn against the clouds too. Look at how nice those trees are lined. So chapter 6, falling deeper in love. I've been with you now for 8 solid years. My love for you has grown deeper, my dear. You cradled me during years of trials and challenges. You encouraged me with the varying weather changes. So that's a winter scene in Orangeville. Or, by the way, Orangeville is in a snow belt, so we usually get colder and more snow here than in Toronto. And this is a nice pond where I worked doing wedding caterings, because they have beautiful weddings there. And that's a nice gazebo by the island lake. Chapter 7, Captured. Your winter was my first experience of snow on my face. It was exhilarating as I ran in the open space. I love chasing your sunsets and capture it with my camera. Gives me a rush to see your forest, flora and fauna. So that is a beautiful, beautiful sort of a stream. Wow, actually, I fell in the snow here because we were getting our Christmas tree, a real Christmas tree. We had to cut it down ourselves, and I fell in the snow. But I really took a nice picture of that, river or stream. And this is just right after the ice storm this year. So how beautiful that is. See that. And this is the sunsets in Orangeville that I took. And here is the trees that are so wonderful, and that's horses. So as I was mentioning a while ago, florist, fauna and flora. So more of the farms in the Orangeville nearby. Okay. Then we go here. I like that shot. See, I was actually on a boat when I took this picture. And this one is, these are the ducks and, the Canadian mallard. And that's a nice floral shot that I took as well. See that. So we go to chapter 8. It says natural beauty. Surrounded by beautiful trails and conservations, you have filled up my senses with no reservations. You are the center of all nature's beauty. Anyone will enjoy admiring your entirety. I said that's a very nice falls in the cataracts. And that's Island Lake, and this is Menorah Park. And this is Glen Happy Conservation, and that's Menorah Park. That's another Glen Happy Conservation where a lot of people go fishing. And this is Rockwood. And that is a nice spring, fall day in one of the farms there, and that is the Badlands, Cheltenham, where there's a clay formation right there. Just want to show you that. This one, more fall colors. More beautiful sceneries. See that, love that light shot. I was riding on a boat here. This is in Speedvale River, where my in-laws live. Okay, see how beautiful that is. And chapter 9, which is the last chapter. We're almost done. Celebrating you. Our years together has conceived many creations, artworks, writings, and a new family has resulted from our relation. I celebrate you, my Orangeville, on your 150th birthday. May you have more glory to come each passing day. So I took a nice, fireworks shot to celebrate Orangeville. And that is my studio here. So you have a glimpse of the studio. Well, you always see that on the background. But that's the facade of the studio, the house. And that's me. My husband took that picture and I took that myself. And that's more of me. And more of my opening exhibit. This is my 2013 exhibit. It's called Art Blooms. And these are the posters for my 4 exhibits in Orangeville. That's my son and the Member of Parliament of Canada. And these are all the write-ups that we had for those exhibits. So now here are my paintings that I did all in Orangeville from 2005 up to the present. So you see some of the pictures are familiar, Okay, I'll show you more of the colorful ones. That's more artworks for you. You can see some of this on my website at ilmaarts.com, but these are all Orangeville, mostly Orangeville. These are all the things I did while I arrived Canada. Of course, I had a lot more other paintings back in the Philippines, but these are all current ones in the last 8 years that I've been here. See, these are all my artworks, my paintings. And these are my abstracts. And here are my sketches, drawings, which you see in the background. Okay, we're almost done. There you go, more of my sketches and paintings. Sketches. And now here is my new love terrarium. So I've been doing all these plants, and you could check my terrarium videos on ILMA Art Studio on YouTube. And that's me playing with my camera and being the model myself. So I'm trying to work on movements, lights. And so as I said in the poem, this is where I found the love of my life, Dan, my husband. So we were married on the Croft Inn, one of the vintage hotels in Orangeville. And that's our wedding. And then these are some of our pictures after we were married. And this is my son and my granddaughter, IR and Beatrice. So Beatrice is born in Orangeville. And so these are my in-laws, my new family. And this is me and Dan going through different dates. We love hiking and going to places outdoors. And that's me and Dan doing all our day trips and our cycling spree. And that is my beautiful daughter. See how beautiful that is. One of the most photogenic child I have ever photographed. And more picture of me and my son. And that's me, Dan, and Beatrice. And that's Beatrice. That's my beautiful, beautiful granddaughter, Beatrice. There she is. How cute. And that's the end. And the conclusion, I will just read to you the conclusion poem. A tribute to my beloved Orangeville. After years of being in love with you deeply, I can't imagine myself to be without you daily. Being with you has nurtured my creativity. It brought out the best of my talents and abilities. I admire and honor you for your incredible appeal. Anyone who sees you for the first time will surely feel the alluring charm of your hills and your enticing landscapes. People will keep coming back and want more of your embrace. As soon as anyone behold your magnificence, each one will want to see your entire essence. They will be hooked and want to behold your beauty. You will be pursued by lovers from the other places and counties. I am grateful that you provided me immeasurable inspiration. I assure you my loyalty and untainted dedication. Our romance has produced so much works of art. I will always want to be with you and never depart. And that is the end of the book. So if you want to look again at the book, go to blurb.com bookstore and type My Love Affair with Orangeville, and you will see the 140 pages that I just showed you. And if you want to have a close look of all the other pictures, because I just run through them and I just wanted to read to you the poem. So thanks for watching, and check my website at ilmaarts.com. Check my poem devotionals at ILMA BARAYUGA-DOHERTY Facebook and YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.